Hey everybody. Good evening. It's a little bit late, but I'm going to go ahead and do a quick scope here because I wanted to share with you all what diffusing essential oils can do for you. So I'm going to quick show you my Aria diffuser. This is what I've got going on. For those of you who haven't seen the Aria, it is unbelievable. It is so gorgeous. I just treated myself to one recently. So you can see it's got really cool LED lights, and if you wait long enough, it'll rotate through a bunch of different colors. I've got an essential oil blend called Purification going on right now. Oh, there we go. It's changing colors. I don't know if it's really showing up on the video, but in person it goes through different color blues to purples to like a pink color. It's pretty cool. And if you listen closely after I stop talking, you'll hear that it's actually playing its own music, like spa sounds. They're really gentle. Anyways, I wanted to go over today what an essential oil diffuser can do for you. So I'm going to flip the camera around here real quick. Hey everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Soraya, and I blog at www.SorayaEssentialOils.com. That's S-O-R-A-Y-A, SorayaEssentialOils.com. And I wanted to talk to you today about diffusers and read to you just a little bit about what they can do for you. I know that you can get diffusers online at multiple different places. You can get them everywhere from Amazon to kind of your local like Bed Bath & Beyond type places are jumping on right now. I'm going to tell you what I look for in a diffuser and why I don't necessarily recommend that you go to places like that. But first I want to talk to you about what a diffuser is here. Actually, can you see it's going through the purple right now? So cool. So you can turn the LED lights off on this one, but I like to have it on just because I think it makes a cool spa-like setting. Anyways, so let's just talk about what a diffuser is at first. And for those of you thinking about getting a diffuser, maybe you already have a diffuser, maybe you invested in a starter kit of some sort through either Young Living or another essential oil company, and you're not really sure why you have it other than the fact that it makes your house smell really good. The cool thing about a diffuser is that it actually brings you health benefits. That's really why we diffuse. Of course, the cool spa sounds that you can hear right now. Can you hear those? There we go. Now you can hear them. Okay, cool. Anyways, so the sounds and the lights and all of that are, you know, those are great, but really we diffuse so that we can get the health benefits. Yeah, thanks for the hearts. I appreciate it. Welcome. So I'm talking about why we diffuse and what it can do for you. So again, that's my Aria diffuser. I have diffusers all over the place. It's become kind of an addiction. I have one in my bedroom, on my nightstand. I have a full-time job in kind of like a boring office cubicle. And so I have one there as well, and I have that going all day long. And then I have multiples throughout my house, in my living room, one in my kitchen. So it's kind of an addiction. I'm up here in my office, so I brought this one up here to show you guys. So let me just talk to you, and I'm going to read here from some notes, but I want to talk to you about the benefits of diffusing and why we do it. And I got all this from a really cool book called The Essential Oil Pocket Reference. And it goes way into detail, so I'm just going to scratch the surface of it. So diffusing, unlike candles or anything that heats up the essential oil or whatever fragrance you have going in your house, diffusing actually alters the chemical structure of whatever scents are in your air. So if you have something funky kind of in the air of your house, or let's say you burnt some bacon, or I don't know, whatever, you have some weird cooking smell, essential oils that come out of a diffuser through an ultrasonic plate like this are actually going to alter the chemical structure of whatever's in the air. And they're going to remove that and potentially make the air more healthy and more safe for you. So that's really cool. That's something that candles just don't do. Candles might mask this, you know, the scent for a little bit, or like a room spray. You know, it might mask it, but it's not going to actually make the air healthier for you. So That's really, really why we love diffusers. So it's a much healthier alternative than anything else. This is and I'll show you this diffuser again. This is a diffuser that runs off cold water and an ultrasonic plate. So I'm not going to obviously take the top off right now because it's going, but if I did, you would see that there's a little tiny ultrasonic plate that vibrates back and forth faster than you can see. And what that does is it mists, in essence, those are kind of my words, but it shakes up the molecules and disperses them into the air, kind of atomizing them, where they can remain for hours at a time. So let's say that I have this diffuser running for, I don't know, 30 minutes in my house. And after I shut it off after those 30 minutes, I'm still going to gain the health benefits because those atomized particles that are in the air are actually going to stay there in the air, which is really, really cool. So it's going to continue to bring you health benefits. So not only is it going to potentially chemically alter any kind of harmful things that are in the air, but the essential oil that you put in the diffuser is going to send those chemicals and the goodness of the essential oils into the air, and you're going to breathe that in, chemically altering you, which is really cool, and bringing you health benefits for hours to come, even after the diffuser stops. So, and again, unlike candles, they don't heat the oil, they don't heat the essential oil. So you're not doing any kind of harm to the structure of the oil. The ultrasonic plate is just vibrating and pushing the molecules into the air. So why I don't recommend that you get a diffuser just kind of off, some no-name company online, really comes down to the quality of the diffuser and the ultrasonic plate. You can get ones that might work and that might, or at least look like they're working, that will kind of shoot something up into the air. But you want to invest in a good quality one so that you know that you're actually getting the health benefits that it says that it's bringing you. So let's talk about why it's really great to diffuse. The first thing, we already talked about it, reducing unpleasant odors. I don't care who you are, every once in a while, you might get some stale air in your house through the winter. You might have some weird food smells, or just, need some good smelling air. But along with that, it can also reduce unpleasant odors due to mold or bacteria or fungus or anything that might be lurking in your air. So depending on what you're diffusing, you might have some really, really great health benefits there. The second thing is, these can really help to relax you, to clear your mind, to put you in a great mood. Let's say after you've had a hard day at work, or maybe you need some energizing. Maybe you need a little pep in your step in the morning and you want to wake up in the morning and diffuse some peppermint or, a blend that will bring you vitality and energy. There's so many different things. I love personally to diffuse orange in the morning. That's something that I really, really enjoy. So you can set a mood with it and you can really help yourself calm down or energize. You could potentially help with your healthy weight management program, which is unreal. You can improve your concentration, help with your alertness, mental clarity. And then some of the physiological benefits, you're going to stimulate neurotransmitters, secretion of endorphins. You might even potentially stimulate some antibodies, potentially have some positive effects on your digestion, potentially affect your hormonal balance or to keep hormonal balance, which is really, really important for both men and women. And then maybe bring some relief to potential head tension. I don't know if you guys get occasional head tension, but I know these are great for that. So those are all the things that a diffuser can do for you depending on what you're diffusing and how you react to it. I know that I was telling you guys I have a diffuser in my workspace, and I have like a little cubicle set up, kind of the generic office. And there's a gentleman that works 2 cubicles over from me that comes in every day into my little office and sits down and just kind of takes a little time out. And he says that it's really helped him. In fact, it's helped him so much that he is not as dependent on certain assistants to make sure that he doesn't have seasonal discomfort, if you know what I mean. So it's really, really helped him. It helps him clear his mind and his nose every single day. So even just being, kind of in a large room, a little bit away from a diffuser can help greatly. Okay, so what now? If you have a diffuser and you aren't using it, you've got to use it. Just start using it. Pick an oil. I always recommend therapeutic grade essential oils. Of course, I only use Young Living oils, which are really of the highest quality. But pick an oil that's going to bring you health benefits. Don't just get something from your local kind of grocery store, your health food store. You know, invest in a good quality oil because you want it to bring you those health benefits. So pick an oil and diffuse it for 30 minutes a day. Start from there. If you're a seasoned oil user, then you know you can run that thing as long as you would like and see how it affects you, kind of play around. But start with 30 minutes a day if you're just starting out and increase from there. If you don't have a diffuser, maybe you're saving up for one or you're not quite sure what kind to get. There's a couple ways you can do it. If you've got your hands on some really good quality essential oils already, you can take a spray bottle and put a little bit of water in it, shake it up really well, and spray those molecules into the air. I mean, it's not exactly the same as a diffuser, but it's pretty good. You know, it'll get you some of the dispersion that you're looking for and getting those molecules into the air so that you can breathe them in. But then, you know, I would really recommend investing in one. It doesn't have to be something like this. It doesn't have to be super fancy. In fact, Young Living has a lot of different diffusers, which are, you know, really affordable when you think about it per use. If you break it down by how many hours per day you're going to use it and how much, you know, how many benefits it's going to bring you and how much joy I know it brings me in my life every single day. There is not a moment that goes by really in my day that I don't have some sort of oil on me, and most of the time it's coming from a diffuser. I even have a car diffuser, really cool diffuser that kind of fits in your cup holder. I can't remember where I got it. I got it online somewhere, but it's amazing. So just experiment with it, you know. See, kind of write down what you diffuse and how it affects you, and over time you'll start to figure out what you really enjoy and what you don't. At this point, if you want to learn more about essential oils, specifically Young Living therapeutic grade essential oils, check out my blog. My blog is a lot of fun. I talk about all sorts of different oil products. Today I wrote a blog post about Ningxia Red, which is an amazing superfood drink that brings you all sorts of additional wellness and helps your digestive system and all that good stuff. So check it out. I blog at SorayaEssentialOils.com. The blog link is in my bio, but it's SORAYA Essentialoils.com. And I hope to see you there. Thanks so much for listening. Good night.